What's up, guys? How are you guys doing? In this video we're gonna be talking about everything we got inside the live stream, guys. Okay, the live stream haven't ended yet, but we pretty much got everything we are getting. Okay, so the first thing I want to show you guys is, of course, a new code that everyone gonna be getting. And once you enter this, you're gonna get 500 crystals, you're gonna get three tiers of God, and you're also gonna get three dimensional alignment dimensional alignment material, which is for your gears and stuff like that. Okay, so make sure to enter this, and yeah, definitely do not miss out on this. Okay, all the codes have been absolutely beautiful, man. Yeah, and now I'll talk about everything we are getting. Okay, I'll go through the content stuff first, and then we're gonna talk about hide my kit afterward. Okay, because there was a lot of stuff happening with the content, so I want to go over that and get it over with before I go through hide my kit and stuff like that. Okay, so of course the main thing in this season 3 is the new class exploration mode and also sortie. Okay, sortie is a massive new game mode that's, yeah, it's gonna be a whole new grind, guys. Okay, but yeah, we're gonna talk about everything, and yeah, let's get started. So the first thing is Haidmari and her partners, which is Sylvie, gonna be appearing in Kaziramir on the 4/29. Okay, so April 29. After the maintenance, they're gonna be in Reta Banner, and they're gonna be lasting for 4 weeks, which is crazy, man. Yeah, it's gonna go all the way to 5/27, right? So everyone got a lot of time to farm these guys. Okay, to farm like currencies and summon for these guys. If you guys are going for dupes on Haidamari, yeah, you got you got a lot of time as well. Okay, so yeah, very good. And next up is, of course, a new class mode, which is called the Theater of Illusions. And unlock condition will be clearing chapter 1 episode 13 Hello My Hero story stage, and then you're also gonna get the seasonal currency called Flawless Melody, right? This is what you're gonna be using to reroll stages and also spend inside the shop. Okay, and the shop got some insane new items. Okay, so we're gonna go through that as well. And with the new season 3 class mode, we are actually going to get a new thing called command delegation mode update. Okay, this is pretty much your like auto run feature inside the chaos mode. So what does it says? Proceed using new currency called command delegate module. Okay, you could do this one time per day for free, but it says can be used through additional currency, right? So you could actually use this you can use this material again by spending some currency. Okay, so keep that in mind. Okay, and it says on the bottom right here, command delegation module is not returned upon battle failure. Okay, so I don't know if it also doesn't give you back the material right here if you just quit halfway. I don't think it's gonna give you, right. So you have to finish a whole run in order to consume this and not waste it. Okay, and then it says available in chaos clear at least once at difficulty level at or below highest stage, right. So you do the highest stage, or like a lower stage than the highest stage, once a day, right. You do that, and then you'll be able to use the new delegate mode feature after clearing it once. Okay, so you have to do it manually first, and then you can use the auto feature right here. Okay, so yeah, just keep that in mind. Pretty straightforward stuff right here. And as you can see, when you click on it, it will consume the material right here, and then you go inside the battle in the chaos mode, and pretty much what it does, it's not a full like auto clear feature. What it does, it will actually let you manually play it, but when you are inside a battle, it will actually just automatically just skip the battle. Okay, you're just going to be one shotting the enemy and just clearing it. Okay, so that's how you go through it. Okay, it's not going to be like full auto. You have to use control manually, but the combat phases, right, the combat like stages, you could just skip them. Okay, so that's the main thing. Okay, so just keep them. And they're also upgrading the personal cards even more. Yeah, they're kind of adding on top of the personal card. What they're doing is, for the season 3 right here, personal cards attack, skill, and each upgrade type's illustration changes. Okay, so they change the art style on the personal cards, which is okay, pretty cool right here. And then it says 5 new personal cards are a new equipment engraving effect added. Okay, so yeah, if you guys care about these personal cards, they're going to be adding more personal effects, more personal cards with different effects as well. Okay, and you're going to get more gears with engraving. Okay, so yeah, just keep that in mind. I think for most people, the personal cards are not worth it to include in your save data, but yeah, this something right here. Next is, of course, the Nebula Distortion, which is a score challenge right here, and the new boss is this thing right here. And pretty much what this thing is, what it says right here, is the effect on this boss right here. Okay, so the monster acts again if the turn has not ended after its action, right? When HP drops below a certain level, its number of action increases, and it takes stronger actions, right? So pretty much you want to use characters with haste ability on them, okay? So which is why Hyde Murray, when we go through Hyde Murray kit, she have a lot of haste cards as well. So you want to keep increasing the monster turns so he doesn't get a lot of turns, and ramp up his damage, okay? So yeah, you want to keep increasing his haste, like his turn meter or action bar, so he doesn't like kill your entire team, okay? So this is a new boss right here. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how this is gonna work, right? Of course, it's gonna be weak to passion, which makes sense. Hyde Murray is passion, and yeah, they usually focus the score challenges around the new character. So yeah, just keep this in mind, okay? And of course, the two other enemies are one is the Seraphim and the other one is the Soul Collector enemy. This Soul Collector enemy, everyone hates him, but yeah, I guess we're gonna be fighting it. We're gonna see how this is gonna work. But yeah, these are the three bosses that are gonna be in the score challenge. Okay? And of course, with the new season comes a new shop as well, as you can see. But there are some new items right here, and these materials right here are so absolutely broken, okay? These things are freaking amazing, okay? I'll show you, I'll go through some of them and I'll kind of show you guys why these things are amazing right here. Of course, you can also get the universal dupe right here. They're gonna be the same price as 6,000 currency right here. So yeah, expensive, but yeah. Of course, these ones right here, the creepy eyeball thing is 1,000, and this one is a little less, I think. But these two are like 6,000. So, for example, what these new items do is, this one's the first one here. It says Core of Annihilation, a currency that allow you to remove one selected card, a core that completely erases creation brands as errors right here. This thing is absolutely amazing, okay? So pretty much you could actually use this item to delete a card you don't want from your save data, which is amazing right here. So they are pretty much adding on top of the editing brush thing. So yeah, this is freaking amazing right here. The other ones are here. Abyssal Core, which does a currency that applies a divine epiphany to one selected card. This is all inside your save data, if I'm not mistaken, right? Which is absolutely amazing. This is probably one of the best one. I was actually thinking of like maybe they need to add something that let us remove a card we don't want from our save data, but now we get it, right? Which is freaking amazing right here. And then another one is called the Core of Potential, what does currency that reapplies the unique epiphany to one unique epiphany card, which is amazing as well, right? So yeah, so these are some of the new materials that are gonna be, helping you get a better save data, pretty much, right? This is and another one is called the Core of Archetype. What does currency that adds one unacquired or removed unique card, which is interesting, right? So yeah, these materials, they are mythic tier material, and they are gonna be very, very important, guys. Okay, so just definitely do not waste these guys. Okay. Of course, there are a couple more that I've mentioned, but these are some of the examples I want to show you guys. Okay. And another new content they are adding is the Galactic Disaster Season 3 environmental variable, right? So we had one of these previously, and now they are adding it back for Season 3. Pretty much this is a new upgrade nodes that you could actually get. So when you do a chaos run, you're gonna use these currencies right here, and you can use this to unlock these different effects. And this pretty much make it easier going to go through the Season 3 seasonal event, okay? Of course, these are gonna be seasonal things that you're gonna get, you're gonna add like some sort of buff to your character to make it run a lot better, right? The chaos run a lot better, okay? And save data farming a lot better as well, right? So right here, season exclusive effect such as refresh attempt when engraving personal card decided, and increase the appearance rate of equipment and grants engraving, right? Equipment that grant engraving, and you also have something that lets you do reset of memory of light obtained in previous season right here, okay? So yeah, pretty much, yeah, that's a new upgrade material right here, or like feature for your chaos model. As you can see, if we look at one of the upgrade right here, what does this? If a monster in this turn with at least one action count, one damage reaction, right? So more feature or more upgrades that let you to manipulate the turn meter right here, okay? So yeah, so this is one of the example, right? So very, very good effect right here. So yeah, definitely Hyde Murray gonna be very, very strong for this season, especially, right? And of course, another thing, of course, as always, right, you're gonna get a new story with a new character, right? So just keep that in mind right here. And next up is the dice event I mentioned last time, right? So we are getting this event as well. It's actually a really good event because it gives you some interesting stuff right here, okay? So yeah, right here, obtain dice daily from the event page to proceed with SS identity patrol operation right here, okay? So yeah, just keep that in mind, okay? And then right here, as you can see, new item rewards such as core of archetype, abyssal core, and core of potential can be obtained through this, which is amazing, right? This has a new save data editing like items right here, which is amazing, right? As you can see, right? So if you look at the reward list right here, you could get the new items right here in the bottom right here, right? So you got the 4 new ones. You could get the prism lens as well. You could get the research policy material right here, right? So yeah, very good right here, okay? And yeah, daily you could get up to 5 right here, which is amazing. And it's gonna be lasting for 42 days, okay? Next up is for your all your training stuff and simulation stuff. They are actually updating the UI right here. So as you can see, the combat training gonna be right here. You got the baseline 5 per space right here. You got Spire Tower of Scream right here, and then you got the full scale offensive right here as well, right? So yeah, they're pretty much updating the UI right here, and of course, with the season 3, they are also going to be officially releasing the Spiral Tower of Scream up right here. So it's going to be challenge restriction for Spiral Tower of Scream have been lifted. Challenges up to area 150 right here, okay? And let's say the same rule as before apply up to arena up to our area 100, and the area 100 area 101 and onward are challenge areas. Challenge through to the final areas with the team formation in area 101 right here, okay? So yeah, you have to form a team on arena area 101, and then you could just progress through the up to the 150 right here. And it says returning to arena 101 to change team formation will restate all clear records from area 101 onward right here. So yeah, pretty much you set a team on area 101, and then you have to use that team to progress all the way to 150. If you want to change the team right here, you have to go back to the 101 area and then do it all over again, right? So yeah, again, right? So having a stable, a safe team to kind of progress from 101 all the way to 150 gonna be important, so you guys don't have to like go back and reset the whole thing and go back and do everything again, okay? So yeah, just keep that in mind. And of course, they are also going to be adding a new memory fragments. So this one is the first one is called the Prelude to a Hero. It's a 4-state new gear right here. When a passion or void attribute attack card of this unit is discarded, right? Keep that in mind, it's discarded, right? 15% critical chance for 1 turn at the end of the turn, decrease by 1, max 15%, max 2 stack right here, okay? So yeah, very good right here. It says max 2 stack, so I'm guessing you could get up to 30% critical chance right here. So yeah, it's actually really good. It's not too broken, but it's actually pretty good. But this one is really good right here, right? The second one is called Starlight and Dreams. It's another 4-state gear, and when shield is gained through an ability, increase damage amount of counter attacks and extra attacks by allies by 5%. This is amazing, and this thing can stack up to 25%, right? So this is a lot. I like this gear a lot better than the first one. Yeah, this gear is just broken, right? For any support character or even your like tank character, right? This is gonna be very good right here. And of course, we already went over this, but yeah, the combatant balance adjustment for season 3 is gonna be, so yeah, the Orlia, Magna, Yuki, Haru, Rin, Keiron, Chizuru, right, Hugo, Calliope, and Luke, they are getting buffed, and then these guys are getting adjusted, right? So was Owen, we got Amir, we got Lucas right here, we got Nia, Ria, and Marvel. They are also all getting adjusted, but these guys are getting buffed, so very good right here, right? It says combat effect counter attacks, defense based damage 100% went up to 150, which is really good, and if damage is completely blocked, 200% to 300%, right? So very good right here, right? So if you block a damage from the enemy with a shield, you're gonna be doing 300% more damage with your counter attacking stuff like that. So yeah, very good. And of course, this is the other event that are included with update, right? You get the chaos sorting operations starting on 429. It says you get like black mass times 3000, tear of god times 2, command daily module 14 days times 5, right? So yeah, and a lot of other rewards and events right here. So yeah, very good. Now, before I talk about Sori, I'm actually gonna go through Hidemari kit, and we're gonna talk about her kit, and then we're gonna come back to Sori, okay? Because Sori got so many new things, so it might take some time, okay? But yeah. But before that, is one of the best thing I have seen right here is they actually decided to change the 5-star selector ticket and the 5-star partner selector ticket, and this will be applied to season 2 characters as well, right? Which is crazy, man. I did not expect this, I'll be honest with you. So all the people that made a video trying to do like a tier list video, yeah, It kind of sucks because now it will include all the season 2 characters as well, right? So what says combine selection ticket target character up to season 2, no more risk combatants, right? Which is crazy. So I don't know if they're gonna include Diana, just because Diana is like a pre-season character, like a pre-season 3 characters, and she's not season 2 character. But if they include her, that's gonna be freaking amazing, because the only one I want from this selector was Diana's partner. So if she's included, I will be able to get her. But if she's not, it's fine as well. I might go for a different, like a character dupe, okay? But yeah, this is amazing right here, right? This is season just devs are so golden, man, for this. I'm not gonna lie, right? So yeah, up to season 2 characters, so keep that in mind, okay? Now let's talk about Hide Mario. Okay, so it's pretty much Hide Mario what she does. This is a little breakdown of what she does, right? It says an offense-focused combatant who uses Sword Rain and effulgent expansion to create effulgent blades, and can discard all linked cards by using one of the linked cards, right? As I said, linked, which is a new mechanic right here. When this card is used manually, discard all other linked cards in hand, right? So you have to use this card manually, okay? Keep that in mind, okay? Manually, okay? And then you also have something called effulgent light, and when effulgent light stack up to 3 times, change effulgent compression into effulgent release. When this effect is activated, remove effulgent light, right? So we're gonna talk about what that means, okay? So yeah, her kit looks so fun, man, and it's very interesting, okay? So pretty much this is our basic strategy. As you can see, you got the sword brain right here, we have the effulgent expansion card right here. So say create effulgent blades cards, right? And then these two create effulgent blade cards, and then you have this card called the Trade of Light, what does collect linked cards to attack. So yeah, when you activate this, it will use all the linked cards at once right here. So yeah, very good right here. And you have the effulgent compression and effulgent release right here, right? So use linked and discarded to change effulgent compression card to effulgent release, right? So we're gonna talk about what effulgent release and compression are, okay? And then collect linked cards to activate effect that grows stronger based on the number of links. Discard effulgent compression with linked cards to complete effulgent release to unleash a powerful finishing attack, right? So yeah, very interesting character. So pretty much these are what her cards look like, okay? So her basic cards have 132% damage and a 30% damage amount, right? Plus 30% damage amount to effulgent blade for 1 turn, right? This effulgent blades are the blades she creates, right? The multiple blades she creates, right? They are called effulgent blades right here. And then we have the sword rain attack right here. What does this? And 96% damage times 2. And you have attunement. Well, what attunement is when you draw this card through her own ability or a different character ability, it will activate this and it will create 1 effulgent blade, right? And then you have this one right here, which is the hero of all. Draws 3 and it's the quickest card, okay? Keep that in mind, okay? So it's gonna work really well with like Diana and stuff like that, right? So link those cards for these turns, right? So she would draw 3 cards and she gonna link those cards that she draw. So very interesting card right here, very good right here. And you got the Trade of Light right here, which is 144% damage, 120 damage amount for each linked card in hand, right, which is broken, right? You got the effulgent expansion card right here. It's a quickest card right here as well. Create 2 effulgent blades, right? As you can see, effulgent blades are the blades she creates. And then it says plus 50% damage amount to effulgent blades for 1 turn, right? Very good right here. And then this is the effulgent compression right here. As you can see, it's a unique card and it does have the linked effect, and it got retrieved 3 times, right? When this thing, what this means is when moved to graveyard, 1 effulgent light, right? And this does, since this thing got retrieved, you could actually use it 3 times, and then once you use it 3 times, you're actually going to be activating the effulgent release effect on it, okay? So yeah, just keep that in mind, right? And if you look at her basic card right here, these are the effulgent blade, right? These are linked cards, just keep that in mind, okay? So what they do is 120% damage when this card is discarded, right? When you discard this card, it would 120% damage, but when this card is discarded, 120 extra damage to random enemies. This card does not move to draw pile on shuffle right here, okay? So this thing, it doesn't come back to your hand, okay? You have to keep creating it and using it again, okay? So you can only activate it, you could only discard it once, and it's not going to come back to your hand. But you could actually kind of make it to come back to your hand using her Epiphanies, okay? So now let's talk about this effulgent compression card right here, okay? This thing got something called effulgent light right here, okay? When effulgent light stack up to 3 times, change effulgent compression into effulgent release, right? And the way you get that effulgent light is by using the retrieve 3 times effect right here. Okay, so when you use this card 3 times using the retrieve, you're actually gonna get this effulgent compression effect, and then you will change it into the effulgent release effect right here. Okay, and then what this effulgent release does is it's a unique card, and what does 360% damage, exhaust all effulgent blade in graveyard, then 60% damage amount for each exhausted at the end of the turn. Change this card into effulgent compression. Right, this is absolutely broken, guys. Okay, if you are able to create so many blades and all of those blades are inside the graveyard, guys, you use this card and she pretty much exhaust all those cards, and she's gonna be doing massive damage, okay, with this card. Right, this thing is broken right here. Okay, yeah, of course you can't duplicate this, and it says link it. Right, when this card is used manually, discard all as a link card in hand. Right, very good right here. Now let's talk about her Epiphany. Right, this is one of her base cards, to be honest. So what the first Epiphany is, says Sword Rain. It's going to turn the card into a linked and Quietus card, and it will do 96% damage times 2, and it does have the attunement. So when you draw this card through any means, it will create 2 effulgent blades, right? Effulgent blades right here, very good right here. And then you have the second Epiphany right here. It will add the haste effect. This haste effect is going to be important for, especially in the new score challenge. Okay, so what does 200? What this does is 216% damage at 1 hit for each effulgent blade in hand. Attunement, create 1 effulgent blade. This is broken right here. Okay, so it will turn the cost into 2 cost, and what does 216% damage, and it will add one hit for each effulgent blade right here. This is amazing, right? So if you have a bunch of effulgent blade in hand, this could be pretty good as well. But I don't know how effective it's gonna be, but it's actually very good when it works. Okay, next up we have the Sword Rain third Epiphany. What it does, activate 5 effulgent blade in graveyard against the target as an extra attack. This is amazing right here. Okay, especially since it's pulling the effulgent blade from the graveyard, okay, rather than the hand right here. Okay, so this is very good right here. And for the Epiphany, it will create 2 effulgent blades, then apply a retrieve to those cards. This could be quite broken, I'm not gonna lie. This right here might be a little broken, guys. Okay, so what this does, it will create 2 effulgent blades, then apply retrieve to those cards. Right, so if you manage to duplicate this and you are able to create so many effulgent blades, and you link those cards, and you activate the link cards, and everything, all of them activate at once, but since they have a retrieve on them, all of them gonna come back to your hand, and then you can use it again. Right, this is absolutely broken right here, by the way. But you can only do it twice before they go inside the discard pile. Okay, and then we have the Sword Rain last Epiphany. What it does is it will be an exhaust card, and it will have the final effect, and you're also gonna have a retain and unique as well. Right, and what it does is it's a massive multiplier right here. So 600% damage to all enemies if Effulgent Blades is in hand, exhausted, and 80% damage amount to this card for each Effulgent Blade in graveyard. That is amazing right here, especially since it says from graveyard right here. Okay, so if you have Effulgent Blade on hand, it will exhaust it, and it will add 80% damage amount to this card for each Effulgent Blade in graveyard. Right, so yeah, so if you have multiple Effulgent Blade in hand, it will exhaust all of them, add them to the graveyard, right, since they are exhausted, and all of them are going to be adding 80% damage on this, and yeah, this thing is going to be nuking like crazy right here. Okay, so yeah, very, very strong. Next up is her Hero of All card right here. Pretty much the base cards is it will let you draw 3 cards, and it will link those cards for this turn, right? So with the Epiphany, it will add the linked effect plus the Quietus effect, right, which is nice. And then you have this one right here, Hero of All. This is actually, I really like this Epiphany, this one right here, because what it does is it will make the card still Quietus, but what it does, it will draw 3 and apply linked to 1 cost or lower cards in hand for this time, right? This is amazing. So if you are using it with somebody that like to spam like 0 cost cards like Serenia, like Renoa, right? I mean, not Renoa, like Luke, right? Diana and stuff like that. This is really good right here. So because it will draw 3 cards and apply linked to 1 cost or lower cards in hand, which is pretty much all of the bullet cards, all of like Serenia homing laser cards right here. So very good right here. And you got the Hero of All third Epiphany. It will be haste skill, so this haste is important, and it will draw 1 attack, 1 card, and apply link to Quietus cards in hand for this time. This is very specific, right? It will only apply to the quickest cards, unfortunately, but it could be pretty good, right? If you are trying to build a specific like build for her, yeah, this could be pretty good. But I like this one right here, right? With a blade with like blade spammer character, it's gonna be really good. And then we got Hero of All for the Penny. It will have 2 exhaust cards on it, but what it does, it will select one card from either draw pile or discard pile, then apply link it to that card and move to hand. This is amazing right here, right? So it will let you to select a card, and the card will come out with a linked effect, right? And it will move to your hand, which is amazing. So it's gonna be linked right away, and you could use it with her other cards as well, right? Very good right here. You got Hero of All Last Epiphany, which is it's gonna have haste effect on it, and it will do draw 2 attack cards of this unit and apply link to all attack cards in hand. This is absolutely broken, especially if you are using our solo DPS. This is gonna be very, very strong right here. Okay, so yeah, I'm definitely gonna try this effect right here with this right here, and yeah, I think it's gonna be really good to see how she's gonna work right here. Okay, so yeah, if you are using her as the main DPS, this is really good right here, and I think duplicating this will be very effective for her. Okay? Next up is we got her Trade of Light skill right here. Okay, this thing is absolutely broken, by the way. So the first Epiphany, what it does is 216% damage plus 180% damage for amount for each linked card in hand, right? So if you have a bunch of linked cards, you're gonna be doing a lot more damage with this card right here. You got second Epiphany, which is it's gonna have linked and haste effect, and it will do 360% damage if 3 or more linked cards are in hand, triple the damage. So yeah, that's broken, right? So the multiplier will go up to like 1000 plus with this effect right here. So very, very strong effect right here, but I don't know if it's worth it. But yeah, if you wanted to do big damage right here, this is really good right here. Okay, and then you have the Trade of Light third Epiphany. It will be linked to the quotes card and 120% damage if this card is in hand or graveyard, plus 80% damage amount to linked cards. So very good. If you want this card to buff your linked cards, it could be pretty good, right? Because it will be adding 8% damage amount to them if the card is in hand or graveyard, right? Very good right here. The fact that it works off of the graveyard effect as well is really good right here. Okay, then you got the fourth Epiphany. What does linked and exhaust? Activate all linked card in hand without discarding them. This thing could be kind of broken, I'm not gonna lie, right? This could be kind of broken because yeah, I don't know. Yeah, this could be very, very strong right here. So what does it will usually when you use all your linked cards, you actually just go and discard them, right? But with this, you don't discard them, and they're gonna be staying in your hand without discarding them, and you can use them again, right? After activating this card, right? So and with Divine Epiphany, you could actually reduce the cost on this. So yeah, very, very interesting effect right here. I don't know how many people are gonna use this, but it could be very, very interesting right here. Okay. And then you got the last Epiphany. It's going to be linked in a unique card, so you can't duplicate it. So when used manually, right? When used manually, it would do 420% damage times 2. So it would do twice, right? It would do that 420 damage twice, which is really good. And when this card is discarded, 360% damage to all enemies, right? So it's interesting, right? That keyword right here, when used manually, it will do I think it's doing single target damage with this right here, the 420% right here. But if you discard it, it will be doing AoE damage, but the damage will be lower, so it's gonna be 360. So yeah, that's interesting. But I like this one right here, right? This one right here, this Epiphany right here, is very good right here, right? And I also like the first one right here, just the basic one, and I also like this one right here, right? So all this one right here, this could be pretty good as well, right? So yeah, and it's quite so you could activate this effect right here by discarding it. So very, very good right here. And next up we have her Effulgent expansion card. So it's going to be a linked quarters on the first Epiphany. It will create 2 Effulgent Blades, and it will do plus 70% damage amount to Effulgent Blade for 1 turn, which is interesting, right? So yeah, again, another card that could add damage amount to your linked card, right? Your like Effulgent Blade cards, right? Not linked cards, the Effulgent Blade cards. So very good right here. If you are using it as a solo DPS, right, this could be pretty good for her. You got the second Epiphany, which is going to be a Coitus card. It will create 2 Effulgent Blade and will do plus 200 damage amount to the next 2 Effulgent Blade cards. Okay, so it will create 2 Effulgent Blades, and then but it will also going to be adding 200% damage to the next 2 blade cards she creates, right? So those like the Effulgent Blade cards. Okay, very good right here. And then you got third Epiphany, which is going to have the linked effect. So when you activate her attack cards, this also activates Wizard. So very good right here. And it will create a Effulgent Blade for each linked card in hand. Very simple, right? I like it, right?
create Effulgent Blade for each linked card in hand. So if you have a bunch of linked cards on hand and you use this thing, you're gonna be creating even more blades or other cards with her. Okay, so very good right here. This is actually broken, guys. This is actually broken. So yeah, create Effulgent Blade for each linked card in hand. So if you linked a bunch of cards together and you use this thing, yeah, you're gonna be getting even more. But I don't know if it's gonna be effective since it's a hand limit, right? I think the hand limit gonna be cooking this Epiphany right here, okay? Because yeah, this will create so many cards on your hand. So yeah, I don't know how effective it's gonna be, but yeah, very good right here. And then next up we have the fourth Epiphany, which is a linked quotes card, and we'll create 10 Effulgent Blade in discard pile. This is not, it sounds kind of crazy, but I think it's not too bad, right? So create 10 Effulgent Blade in discard pile. But if you are using it with somebody who's 9, like Nia, this could be very strong right here, okay? This could be very strong. Because Nia, she could discard everything in the drop, in the... actually, no, Nia. I think Nia only discards from the drop pile, right? With her ultimate. Yeah, so, you know, this one's fine. Yeah, this one's okay, right? This is actually pretty interesting. So it will create 10 Effulgent Blades in discard pile, which is interesting. But since I know Hydemari is able to draw things from the discard pile as well, so this could be effective with her right here. So next up is an upgrade effect right here, which is the last Epiphany. So it's going to be a quickest unique card. At the start of the turn, it will create 2 Effulgent Blade, and then it will also do a plus 50% damage amount to Effulgent Blades, right? So this is really good, right? If you want to generate a bunch of like, you know, Effulgent Blades on hand every turn, and this is pretty good, right? So every turn you're gonna get 2 Effulgent Blade with a plus 50 damage amount on them, right? So it's very good right here. So pretty much like enhanced like Effulgent Blades, right? Very good. Yeah, this one is interesting, right? The Great 10 one could be very good as well. Yeah, you definitely have to do a bit of manipulation with the deck in order to use the cards from the discard pile, right? So yeah, this could be interesting as well. I like this one though. Like the last one is pretty good actually. I like this one as well, right? This one's pretty good. And I also like the first one right here, right? A very simple one right here. And this one's really good as well, right? Creative Effulgent Blades for each linked card in hand. Very good right here as well, right? And then we have her ultimate right here. So her ultimate is called Elysium of Blade. It will do 400% damage and 8% damage amount for each card discarded this battle, which is crazy, right? See now, with her ultimate, right? This thing actually kind of broken with her ultimate, right? As you can see, it will create 10 Effulgent Blade inside your discard pile, right? And now, and then you look at the ultimate right here, what it does is, it will do plus 8% damage amount for each card discarded for this battle. That is amazing, right? But this, of course, this thing only stacks up to 20 times. So yeah, up to 20 cards. So, but still, if you want to get, to that stack quickly, this is very good right here. Okay. And now let's talk about her potential, pretty much, right? So the first potential is add the following effect to the Sword Flash card, plus 30% damage amount to Effulgent Blade for 1 turn, right? Of course, this Sword Flash card is her basic card right here, and it will add 30% damage amount to Effulgent Blade for 1 turn, right? So I think, yeah, pretty much this is where you get the 30% damage increase on the basic attack right here, okay? Next up is we got her other Epiphany. What it does is plus 5% damage amount to Hydemari's Sword Splash, and if Hydemari attack is greater than 500, add an additional 5% to the modifier, right? So of course, you definitely want to build her as with a higher attack right here. So yeah, I was kind of right on my previous videos, right? So yeah, attack is very good on her. And again, of course, the Sword Flash is also her basic attack again, right? So yeah, the two potential are buffing her basic attack, which is interesting. And then the last one is if Hydemari attack is greater than 600, plus 5% passion attribute damage amount, and for every 20 attack above 600, add an additional 2%, right? So yeah, that's why, yeah, you definitely want to build her with a really high attack so you can get the maximum benefit from this potential right here. Next up is her Ego Manifestation, or her dupes, okay? So the first dupe is very good. So it does 100% damage amount to Effulgent Release card, and the added damage amount for each Effulgent Blade in graveyard becomes 80%, right? So pretty much is more damage on her cards right here. And next up is we got her Effulgent Compression, her second dupe right here. What it does is, at the start of the end of the turn, or at the start of the turn, I think, if I'm not mistaken, right? Effulgent Compression card to hand, right? So every turn you're gonna this effulgent compression card will be moved to your hand, which is absolutely broken, right? Actually, no. Sorry. So what does it only activates at the start of the turn, right? So at the start of the turn, you're gonna get the effulgent compression card to your hand, right? So you're gonna start the fight with the effulgent compression card, right? Which is this card right here. Okay, so every turn, like not every turn, but at the start of the battle, you're actually gonna start with this card right here, which is really good, right? Because this card is one of our main damaging source right here, right? You guys have 3 retrieve on it, and you use this thing, right? And yeah, you can't use it actually. You can't use it, but yeah, you have to activate this mana. So So let's go through what it does, right? When Effulgent Light stack up to 3 times, right? Change Effulgent Compression into Effulgent Release, right? So what this does when she uses her card and stuff like that, you're actually gonna be adding the like unlocking the effect on it right here. Okay, so yeah, every time she does something, it will increase. It will add to the stack right here, and once she reaches the 3 stack, she's actually gonna be activating her Effulgent Release card right here. So starting with this card is really good, guys. Okay, but I'll need to see how this works properly when she comes out in the game. Okay, but yeah, you can't activate this card actually because it's like closed off. Okay. And the second part of this dupe is, at the start of the turn, gain 5 Crimson Blade. Crimson Blade, what it does is, when a linked card is used manually or discarded, 120% extra attack to the enemy with the highest HP, and when activated, decrease Crimson Blade by 1, up to 8 stacks right here. So yeah, very good right here, right? So when any linked card is used manually or discarded, yeah, so you're gonna be adding that extra attack right here, the 120 extra attack right here, which is really good, right? Of course, when you activate the Crimson Blade effect, you will be lowering the stack as well, right? Very interesting. And then you got her E3. I think her E2 is absolutely broken, by the way, for her especially. Yeah, her E2 is very strong, guys. Okay, and then we have the 3 right here, plus 200% damage amount to Elysium of Blade, which is her ultimate, and change the 80% damage amount max 20 card effect to 100% max 30 cards, which is absolutely broken, right? Yeah, so this is pretty much gonna be buffing her ultimate a lot right here. And then we have this one right here. When manually used or discarding Hidamari linked cards, gain 1 Effulgent Chain, and what Effulgent Chain does is plus 5% damage amount to Hidamari max stack, max 10 stacks right here. So this is another stacking mechanic that's gonna be increasing her damage right here on her dupe 4, which is really good as well, right? So all of her dupes are absolutely broken, by the way. Okay, and this is her E6 right here. Change creator Effulgent Blade card to all attribute card. Each time Crimson Blade is activated, plus 40% damage amount to Crimson Blade, max 480% damage. This is absolutely broken, by the way. Okay, yeah. The fact that this thing doesn't only work with like a passion attribute when you get the E6 is absolutely broken, right? It will work with any attribute. And any attribute can activate this effect right here. So very strong, right? And this is some of the team comp they recommend. So actually, I was kind of right. I was actually hoping she would work really well with like someone like Rita, and she does. So yeah, again, Hidamari, Rita, Veronica has one team you guys can make. Of course, Cassius is everywhere, guys. And you can make any team with Cassius. Okay, you got Nia, Cassius, and Hidamari right here. You got Diana, obviously, right, with Nia and Hidamari, right? So this is some team you guys can make. And then her partner, by the way, this partner is absolutely disgusting. Okay, so her partner Sylvia, and what she does, the passive is increase the assigned combatant attack by 16% up to 24, which is really good. And 8 times the assigned combatant linked card are used manually or discarded, gain 1 Zephyr. Yeah, so yeah, again, right, when her linked card, when Hidamari linked cards are used, she's gonna get the Zephyr effect. And this Zephyr right here, when this thing reaches 3 stack, similar to her. Similar to her Effulgent compression card, it will be giving Hidamari 20% to 40% crit damage to her right here, which is absolutely broken, right? So having that Zephyr stack, yeah, she's gonna be doing a lot more damage because it will be giving her so much crit damage right here, which is absolutely broken right here. And then you got the Cypher right here. What it does is plus 15 to up to 30% damage amount to the assigned combat passion attack card, right? Max 3 stacks. So yeah, this Zephyr stack is absolutely broken, by the way. And the Ego skill right here. Man, this thing is disgusting, by the way. What it does is, it will select up to 2 cards in hand, and it will apply linked. So you can select any card on hand, and you could apply that linked effect on. That is broken, guys, okay? And then what it does, if a selected card is the assigned combatant's linked card, 10% critical damage to the assigned combatant for each. This is crazy, man. Like, yeah, this partner, I would say it's definitely must have for Hidamari. Okay, this thing is broken. And that's pretty much for Hidamari. Now we're gonna talk about Swordy. Okay, Swordy, there's a lot to go through, so I'll try to speed through it. Okay, so the video won't be 1 hour long. Okay. Now, time for Swordy, guys. So Swordy is the biggest thing that coming out in season 3, and this is a new content. So this Swordy mode, it will consist of 5 difficulties, right? And it says Hell mode, which is the final difficulty. Additional difficulty level adjustment possible with up to 30 level risk modifier, right? So this is a risk modifier, pretty much like a debuff for your combatants, right? For your team, in order to make the run a lot harder, right? Then it says composed of 3 stages: outskirts, center, and depths. Right. So it's not similar to the normal cast mode, where the normal cast mode got 2 the stages. This one got 3 stages. So which is insane right here. Okay. So pretty much 3 stages, meaning 3 boss fights. Okay. And then it says goals to randomly collect combatant fates card etc and defeat the depths boss. This is pretty much to generalize. Okay. The swordy stuff right here. And through unconscious awakening, on the combatant can be trained up to level 62. So this unconscious awakening is a new upgrade mode for your combatant, right? To make them stronger and to make them strong enough to go through the hell difficulty in the swordy mode. Okay, so yeah, this is a new like upgrade feature. Okay, for your characters. Okay, and then say swordy exclusive skill system, tactical optimization introduced, right? So yeah, with Swordy, you could also get exclusive skills called the tactical optimization, right? Then we got the Swordy supply store, and you also have a supply store called the Swordy supply store. And with Black Mats, purchase new items and allow save data editing, right? So the new items we went through right here, the one that let you remove cards or get divine epiphany on your save data, right? Or add cards to your save data and stuff like that. Those materials you could actually get them through the shop using the Black Mass material right here. Okay, so yeah, Swordy is a massive new game mode. Okay, and as you can see, the final stage is level 80. So this is the hell difficulty, and only on the hell difficulty, only on the highest difficulty, you're gonna get that risk modifier effect. Okay, on the lower difficulty, which is the 65 and below, you actually don't get that risk modifier, right? But once you are in the high stage, you're gonna get that risk modifier, right? And you got this tactical optimization effect right here. This is pretty much your chaos upgrade feature before Swordy. Okay, so yeah, up to 80 stage, which is crazy. And right here, when you start a Swordy run, you can only use 1 character first. Okay, but don't worry, you'll be able to get more cards added as you go through the mode. Okay, so yeah, when you start, it's only 1 character. Okay, and as you can see, you got the core effect right here. And what is core? I will explain what that means. And this thing right here, this right here, the black material right here, is the black mass effect right here. Okay, the black mass. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Okay, this is what you're gonna use in order to spend in the shop and stuff like that. Okay. So right here, these are your risk modifier effect right here. Okay, these are pretty much the debuffs you can pick up to make the stage a lot difficult for your units. Okay, so you could pick up to 30 right here, risk modifier, which is like if you are able to do 30 up to 30, yeah, nothing in this game will be difficult for you. Okay, because having 30 risk modifier right here, yeah, it's gonna make it run very difficult. Okay, so yeah, that's just it, right? If you look at this right here. Just look at this, right? Let's say increase monster damage amount by 10% and health by 15% and increase black mass and tactical data gained by 5 right here. Okay, so yeah, those are some of the modifiers you could get as you go through the mode to make it a lot easier. Okay, but yeah, these risk modifier are gonna be a problem. Okay, and as you can see, each combatant they're gonna have a little like buff right here. What it does is, so if you look at for example Hidamari, for Hidamari she's gonna get increased attack by 8%, critical chance by 10%, increased black mass and tactical data gained by 5%, and increased chance to appear during Swordy, right? So they have each character they're gonna have some sort of buff on them. Okay, to make you run better. Okay, and then for Diana, for example, it will be increasing attack and crit chance by 8 and 10%, right? And then you have the increased black mass and tactical data gained by 5, right? Of course, the tactical data is what you're gonna be spending in order to do the tactical optimization, and the black mass is what you're gonna be using, right? This thing right here, in order to spend in the shop. Okay, to get the save data editing materials. Okay, so very interesting, right? As you can see right here, yeah, the black mass increase right here, you get it from the characters. Okay, because each of them they're gonna have that increase right here, the 5% increase right here. So yeah, very good right here. And these are some of the upgrades you could get inside the story mode. Look at this, right? For example, if you look at this one, right, there's two different upgrades right here. You got the tactical authority. This is gonna be your permanent upgrade right here, and then you got the flexible tactics, which is gonna be a seasonal exclusive, right? So every season this thing gonna reset. Okay, just keep that in mind. Okay. But this one gonna be staying here. So once you upgrade it, you'll be good to go. But this one you're gonna be upgrading it every season. Okay. So yeah, maybe sorry gonna become a thing you're gonna have to farm every season, which is I don't know how I feel about that because of how long the run takes, man. Yeah, you're gonna need to spend a lot of time inside this thing too in order to progress through the entire thing. Okay, so I don't know how much people gonna like this, but we'll see, right? And as you can see, some of the upgrade right here increase divine infinity chance by 20%. That is broken, right? So yeah, these seasonal exclusive ones, they're gonna be very very strong. Okay, and then of course this is some inside the story, by the way. Let me show you guys. Okay, if I can see it. Look at this, right? You see this thing right here? This thing inside. Let's say you are doing hell mode, you could actually make the hell mode even harder by activating this thing. So this is pretty much your just the hardcore version right here, because the mental breakdown version, right? Deep trauma mode you could do in the custom run. Here you could do it here. Okay, so very very interesting right here. And when you turn on the hardcore mode, you're gonna get all these debuffs right here, right? Which is crazy, right? So right here, the spawn rate of elite battle areas will be increased. Crazy, right? And there's a small chance that battle will occur in an unidentified area as well, right? So another debuff, right? Monsters have higher tenacity with increased attack and defense and health as well, right? And when you receive an attack that will reduce your health to 0, it immediately changes to a final attack right here, right? So it's a bunch of debuffs, right? So if you are like a Swait and you are just hardcore, you could turn on hardcore mode with a 30 like a risk modification, and inside the hell mode like stage 80, and yeah, it's gonna be hell. Okay, to go through that. Okay, so yeah, this is one thing to keep in mind. Okay. And then as you can see, this is what I mean, right? So when you are inside the story, each character they're gonna tell you different things. They're gonna do different things, right? So you got the core, you got the attacker, you got the healing, and you got support character right here. And these core characters are actually pretty much, as I said, they are gonna be the base characters to start a run with, okay? And then as you progress, you could unlock the attack character, you could unlock a healing character, you could unlock support character, okay? But definitely make sure to start a run with a core unit, okay? Core unit. So for example, Nine is a core unit because she's very very strong. You got Serena, who's a core unit, right? You got Hyde Mary, who's a core unit, right? So all the broken characters in the game, they're gonna be core units, okay? So just keep that in mind. And as you do the story mode, you can get something called the unconscious awakening right here. So this is a new upgrade feature. All combatant, all characters they're gonna get, right? So based on your level, you could go up to like 62 level on this. Yeah, your characters they're gonna become a lot stronger. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Okay, so every time you complete a run, or not even complete, I think you go as far as you can in side story, you're gonna get up to level. Okay, every time. Okay, and then your goal is pretty much to max out this unconscious awakening thing up to 62, up to like the max level, in order to make the run a lot easier on your character. Okay, and on yourself as well, right? So yeah, a lot of things to grind. Okay, this is gonna be kind of crazy. Okay, and another thing is inside the story, gears are not counted toward the run. Okay, so all your characters they're gonna be going inside the story mode naked. Okay, just pretty much, right? No gear, nothing. Okay, the main thing you're gonna be relying on is your potential point, right? So you definitely make sure to have a max potential, your ego manifestation. So having like, let's say you have like multiple max dupe character, you're gonna have a lot easier time to go through the story mode. Okay, and your level, okay, your character level. So yeah, I don't know how I feel about this. Yeah, especially like making it important to like dupe character and stuff like that. I don't know, man, we'll see, right? But yeah, this is not, yeah, I don't know how I feel about this, but yeah, just keep that in mind. Okay, so gear doesn't matter, okay, inside story. Okay, and right here, when you are inside story, this is how you're gonna unlock new characters. Okay, so pretty much when you are going through the story, you're gonna encounter events like this, and it says transmit a rally signal right here. What it says is 1 of 3 random combatant join, right? So you could click on this and you start around with this one character, but you could when you encounter this event, you could select this event, and you could reroll. If you, let's say you click on this and you get 3 characters, up to 3 characters that you don't want, right? You could actually refresh the list in order to get new characters, right? And apparently Mika is going to be very very strong here. which kind of makes sense because she's a really good healer. Plus, she's a AP generator, so it kind of makes sense why she's gonna be broken here. But yeah, just keep that in mind, okay? So this is how you gonna like new characters and stuff. And as you guys can see, you got the team setup, right? In the run, right? This is how you're gonna like it. Okay, so when you click on the event right here, you're gonna use this card to select from right here. For this run, he got Magna, he got Tifera, and 9, right? So you could pick any character, and if you don't want this, you could actually just refresh right here, right? You say search again on all of them, so you can refresh once for each character, right? So just keep that in mind, okay? Very, very good right here. And this is another thing, right, with Tifera right here, I mean Hide Mari. This is one of the divine weapon you could get on her, on the Trade of Light skill. It will say activate all linked cards in hand without discarding them, and it will draw a card of this unit, right? Very good. And another thing is, inside the story mode, one of the best thing I've seen inside the story mode is, the cool thing about it is you could actually equip 2 different mythic tier gears, multiple mythic tier gears on your cards right here, right? Which is freaking amazing. The reason he didn't equip it is because you already have an attack mythic gear right here on him, on her own Haidmari, but he got another attack one, right? So he have to replace this one in order to equip this one. So that's why he didn't equip it right inside the stream. But you could actually equip multiple ones. Okay, so let's say he got armor or ring, he could actually equip another mythic gear right here, which is amazing, right? Those are the main thing I noticed inside story mode. I'm not gonna go through everything, right? So you guys will be able to experience it yourself once it comes out tomorrow after the maintenance. So I'm not gonna go through everything, but pretty much once you do a run, you get the end screen, and the end screen gonna look like this, right? Since he failed the run, it will say fail right here, right? In the stream he failed it, so it says fail. But yeah, it will tell you everything, right? It will tell you what kind of stages you take, right? You took on, right? And it will tell you the durations. It will tell you the completion time right here, right? It will tell you the score amount right here. So yeah, every time you do a sortie run, you're actually going to get a thing called a score, and pretty much this score is what lets you level up your new upgrade feature right here for your character, right? So having the score high is very good right here. And as you can see, it will tell you the type of fate you picked. It will show you all the gear you picked up, and it will, it will pretty much, yeah, it just gives you a big infographic of what you did throughout the run, right? Which is pretty cool. Man, my voice is cracking, man, going through this. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so anyways, this is the shop, right? This is the sortie shop, what it looks like, right? As you can see, you could get a lot of different save data editing material right here. So yeah, I don't know how I feel about this, right? They are making it very, very important to farm the sortie mode, okay? And based on what I've seen, yeah, the sortie mode is going to take a lot of time, man, to grind. So I don't know how. I think they need to do something about this, because yeah, the amount of time it will take to grind this thing is gonna be crazy. Okay, but yeah, you get this absolutely broken new material right here that lets you edit save data, right? So yeah, keep that in mind. So yeah, definitely, man. Yeah, sortie is gonna be one big thing to farm on right here. Okay, the problem is, right, you have to farm sortie plus the new chaos mode, right? So it's just like, I don't know, man. We'll see. Yeah, so and lastly is the different event or reward you can get. So you guys can kind of read through this. So right here I have an anniversary event right here, right? You got the check-in event, you got the normal combat rescue, 70 pull, right? The free pulls, and you can get the special sigil selection rescue, right? This is pretty much your 20 pulls, right? So how this works is this: you do a pull, and if you don't like the result, you could actually re-roll the pool 20 times, and then once you get what you want, you can save that result and acquire the character you got, right? So yeah, very, very good right here. And so it's gonna be another free character right here, right? So yeah, so you get like 4 free characters and 1 free partner with this right here. So amazing stuff right here. Yeah, I think it's 3 or 4, right? So very good. And another one is for returner players. This is what you can get, right? So if you're returning to the game, you have the 14-day right, the 14-day event right here. You got the participation requirement, right? You got the protos, stuff like that. You got the returning event, abundant returning gifts right here. And you also get the grand welcome check-in event, right? So if you are returning to the game, a lot of rewards are waiting for you as well, right? Anyways, guys, that's pretty much it for what we got through the live stream, guys. Yeah, man, it's crazy, man. I'm trying to compress a 4 hour video into like 1 hour, less than 1 hour video, guys. So yeah. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching, and of course, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. And yeah, let me know what you guys think about the half anime story and season 3 update, man. That's insane, man. The amount of stuff we are getting. Like the content wise and stuff like that as well, it's crazy, man. And yeah, the story mode, I don't know, man. I don't know. The grind is gonna be kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie, right? But yeah, see you guys on the next video, and bye bye.